After an absolutely insane performance at Summer Smash 2024, Playboi Carti is once again teasing his delusional fans, myself included, about dropping music. His performance at the festival saw Cardi finally perform a new set completely separate from the Whole Lotta Red era, playing all the new singles dropped on socials back in the wintertime, and also 2 unreleased tracks, one of which being All Red. No matter how many times I listen to the live recordings from this show, I still cannot believe Cardi actually played that track. But since the show, Cardi has been super active on socials, telling fans that it's time that the world heard his new music the right way. He's dropped a snippet of a brand new track we have yet to hear, and we even got some insider information on album number 2, the album that Cardi is allegedly working on right now and planning to drop right after I Am Music, which, as crazy as it is to be talking about a second Cardi album when he has failed to put out one fucking project post Whole Lotta Red in 4 years, we're going to get to the details about that as well, more towards the tail end of this video, so if you're just here for that, go ahead and skip forward. But after one hell of a performance earlier this month in Chicago, let's get up to date on all the news surrounding Playboi Carti's I Am Music. Now, in my last Cardi update video, we talked about how Cardi had allegedly pushed his album release date plans earlier this year, pushed those back so that Kanye could go ahead and release his 3 Vultures albums with Ty Dolla $ign, the Vultures trilogy. Insiders recently doubled down on this story of Ye linking with Cardi at the 2024 music video shoot and telling Cardi, yo, hold off on dropping your 2 records. I'm gonna drop these 3 albums with Ty. Kanye has obviously abandoned the 3 album in 3 month plan, having only released 1 Vultures album, and it's June now. So this means that Cardi really killed all of his hype in the wintertime for absolutely nothing. Up until a few weeks ago, Cardi had pretty much been off socials since about March, kind of dropped ketamine and then just dipped. But we're all just kind of sitting around and waiting for the comeback to begin, and the first sign of that really began on June 2nd, when Bruce Drop 'Em Off would share some DMs between himself and Cardi, where Cardi would tell him, "I'm coming back, I got you." The return truly comes at Summer Smash. It was Cardi's first performance of the entire year, his first performance since dropping those 6 songs in December, January, and of course Ketamine in March. But as June 15th comes, before the performance, some crazy shit goes down that I just think is fucking fun and we gotta talk about a little bit. So these fucking leakers come together and they're like, yo, they're like these crypto bros, we got Cardi's album, invest in our coin, get to like this much, or I'm not gonna try to understand how the crypto fucking bullshit works, but they're like, get us up to this amount of money and we will leak the album. And of course, when they get to their certain price point that they want, they pull the rug out of that bitch and just fucking leave. And some people really put money into this and like donate, which is terrible. I feel so bad for them, but also it's like, man, you gotta kind of, I'm not trying to give financial advice, but like if it's crypto in 2024, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But there was a positive to all this, and that was that we did get some pretty decent tracks that leaked. Those were Problem Child featuring Travis Scott, Mojo Jojo, Getting Money with fucking Mr. Krabs. I guess they edited like Yeet in there and he sounds ridiculous on the track anyway. But it was really just an eventful day for Cardi fans on June 15th, because after all that shit goes down, the performance at Summer Smash begins, and somehow Cardi was actually on time, which is nuts. Like I said in the intro, absolutely glazing, but I truly believe this was an awesome show, and I think it's one of the best Cardi has ever put on. Definitely rivals Lollapalooza 2021, but seriously, an awesome set. Swamp Izzo was on stage, but he also had these recorded live vocals in between the tracks and everything, and also on some of the tracks as well, some extra ad-libs we haven't heard before. But between his evil ass laugh mixing with OG Volta's live guitars and everything, it was just such an atmosphere. Halfway through the show, Cardi played 2 brand new tracks for the live crowd, one of those being a filthy produced track, which we're calling Demeanor, and the other, of course, being All Red. Fucking crazy. Fans have absolutely been raving for this track since the snippet was first put online. It is an absolute grail for Cardi fans, and we have heard for a very long time that Cardi isn't like high on the track. He doesn't want it on the album, and the label was pressuring him to put All Red and the other fan favorites on the record, but like apparently he changed his mind or some shit, and thank God, because it sounded fucking crazy. And also, Cardi finally had all of Opium on stage with him in Chicago. Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Homicide Gang. I have been on Cardi's ass. I feel like I've said in almost all my Cardi update videos, like post 2022, why doesn't he show off and put a spotlight more on his Opium artists? And finally, they were all there, which was fucking awesome. After the show, DJ Academics was there, I guess, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna go see what's up with Cardi, like, because he has shared misinfo about Cardi's follow-up to Whole Lotta Red for like fucking 3 years now. He has told us how many times, album's coming first quarter of 2023, all that bullshit. But he apparently told Cardi, your fans need the album, and Cardi allegedly said, I'm ready, which that does nothing for me. We would get some more vague copium the day after Summer Smash, as Cardi would go ahead and post a picture to his Opium Finsta account wearing this Pele Pele jacket and saying this in the post caption. Twin, aka Sex is Death, said it's time that the streets hear and see this shit the right way. We're all kind of used to this cycle of Cardi getting that post-performance high and like the next day being like, new music's coming, I promise. But actually, he would take shit a step further the next day on June 17th as Cardi would post a snippet to his Instagram story. The teaser for the track would come with an MV, so a music video is already done for this song apparently, and overall it sounded pretty good. We'll have to see if he will put this one out separate from the album, or this is something that's just coming on the album. The album is coming soon, which I don't know how much longer the fans can fucking wait. We've been waiting almost 4 years now. On the 20th, this is where insiders would come forward with some news about Cardi's apparent second album coming after I Am Music. Insiders say that this second album is pretty close to being finished already, and Cardi has been planning since early 2023 at this point to drop one album, and then a month after that record is released, drop this second project. Not trying to be repetitive, we talked about this in my last Cardi video, but apparently these insiders came forward, Hogan, and this was backed up by Heaven or Hell, and they're saying that Cardi's second album is going to be called Baby Boy, which is Cardi's, from what I understand, it's like Cardi's nickname. Like we see the Opium affiliates like always calling him Baby Boy in videos and shit and texts. I don't know how I feel about it as an album name at this point. I still think like Narcissist is a way harder name for a project, but if it's music and we get it, you could call it whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. So according to these dudes, we got music and then we got Baby Boy, and they claim that this second album plan, it's still on the way, which I'll see when we get the first fucking album. I'm worrying about that first. So that leaves us with the grand question. What exactly is stopping Playboi Carti from dropping music? It's clear that Kanye has abandoned the 3 Vultures albums in 3 months plan. So I doubt Carti at this point is still waiting for Ye to drop 2 more Vultures records. Carti really has like no reason not to drop unless the album is just not done and he's making more edits, more alterations to music. But with people saying like, yo, he has a second album on the way and that second album is almost done as well, a lot of people are starting to speculate that maybe it is Carti's label Interscope blocking the release of this album. We've heard about Carti and his label clashing, butting heads a lot over different issues such as releasing certain songs, putting the 6 tracks he released in the wintertime on one of these albums. So it's not unheard of to think of a conflict there. Interscope kind of does have a reputation for forcing their artists to delay releases. Close to Carti, like Destroy Lonely has talked about wanting to put his album out, but the label blocking the release. It's not exactly a wild idea, it's not too crazy to entertain, but at the same time, when we're dealing with Carti and he has took 3+ years to put out a single project and lied about how many of them at this point, I'm not putting no heat on a fucking label. Now, Carti is performing a few times in the next month. In July, he is performing on the 5th, 6th, and 14th, so we'll have to keep a close eye on those performances and see if he plays any more new tracks or says any more new details about the upcoming albums he is allegedly going to release soon. I'm sick of that fucking word. But that pretty much gets us all up to date regarding the news and rumors surrounding Playboi Carti's upcoming project, I Am Music. If you want to go ahead and see any news about when I'm going to be uploading videos in the future, as well as my thoughts on things that necessarily aren't big enough to just put out a fucking video on, go ahead and follow me on socials. My Instagram is just Casey Culkin, and my Twitter is @digitalxdwnld. I got a lot of really fun videos coming at you guys in the future. We're going to be talking about The Weeknd and JPEG Mafia's upcoming albums, what we exactly know about those two very different projects. Not sure exactly which one I'm going to be talking about first. Peggy put out that new single. There's rumors about Abel dropping Take Me Back to LA, so I'm fucking hype. Also, since we're talking about Cardi and Opium, Destroy Lonely delays his album again. I don't know, I'm filming this video earlier, so I don't know how the timing's going to work out, but I'll definitely probably try to do a video on that project and what we know about Lone's upcoming album as well. That's enough of me yapping today, though. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for the fucking support over the past month. Been a lot of fucking bullshit going on, but I literally cannot tell you guys enough how much all your kind words and support means to me. So thank you all so much for supporting Digital Download, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one.